It is my great privilege to officially open this photo exhibition organized by Agerpres, the Romanian national news agency, and the permanent mission of Romania to the United Nations on the occasion of the National Day of Romania. This unique event presents a glimpse of my country, showing the richness of its contribution in various fields such as peace and security, humanitarian assistance, sport and culture. The photos chosen for our exhibit invite you to explore and better understand Romania and its people throughout their history and actions. The basis of this project is linked to the very ideal of the United Nations. As more we know about each other, the better are the premises of peaceful coexistence and working together for prosperity. And to highlight even more the significance of our National Day, I invite you to take a look later on to the documentary film projected here, featuring some of the most picturesque regions in Romania, the Danube Delta.
We are very grateful for Romania's and your own and your Agerpres contributions to send the message that international cooperation and the United Nations are indispensable. I think particularly these days we have to make sure that we stand by the values of this organization and that we stand by the importance of international cooperation and seeing each other as equals, as in both as nations and as people. So I think this demonstration of full support to these values, these principles, is so important, and I know you work very much in that spirit, Mr. Ambassador. I also think that there is something that I've been very much impressed by during the last 5-10 years, and that is the power of the image. Photography, pictures, images, visualizing what we want to do is, I think, extremely important. And when I looked very briefly now, only 5 minutes ago, at this exhibit here in front of you, you will feel and see the peacekeepers in their new conditions. Unfortunately not so easy these days. We're often under threat. I see a person, Foreign Minister Manescu, who was one of my predecessors as President of the General Assembly. He was chairing the 22nd session. I was chairing the 60th some years ago. And then there is a picture of a young man there studying something on the podium, and that's me, as President of the General Assembly 2005, when in front of the President of Romania. So I'm very impressed by your research here. But I want to finish with the picture behind me, namely the picture of Dag Hammarskjöld. And just remind you of a very special trait of Dag Hammarskjöld, namely to use culture, history, traditions as a source of inspiration, but also adding a spiritual dimension to his work as Secretary General. Culture was his life, and he was also, Mr. Director General, an excellent photographer. He took fantastic pictures of the Swedish mountains when he was mountaineering, and also he flew over the mountains of Nepal in a plane and took fantastic pictures of Himalaya. So the fact that you are now a new version in the world of using the power of the image to bring out the United Nations in Romania and the world is also a tribute to how many ways we all now have to use to send the message of international solidarity, the search for peace, development and human rights.
It's very important for us at Agerpres to support and to promote the positive values of the international world. I think in some way that is part of the goals that any type of media should have in mind. We have Romania's history with the good sides and the bad sides. This is the role of media, to capture everything and show it for the future generations to know effectively what to repeat, being the good parts, and what to not repeat and learn from the mistakes. We're taking you from 100 years ago, almost, and throwing you a bit into the future, maybe it would seem 10 years from now. And I'm showing you a project that Agerpres has. It's called the Agile. Agile is the Agerpres Innovation Lab. The Agerpres Newsbot, it helps you access the most relevant content about Romania directly through Facebook Messenger. The next thing I'm going to show you is about video. And this video is a very important part of Agerpres's production. So it's a video about Romania and one of Romania's most definitory parts, which is the Danube Delta.
Nimic din ceea ce crezi că știi nu vei regăsi pe tărâmul dintre ape. Delta Dunării are propria lume, cu propriile reguli, iar cine încearcă să o înțeleagă riscă să rămână captiv într-o poveste din trecut.